Hello, soul family. Today I'm being called to do a reading for the collective, and I have a few decks in front of me, and I've been drawn to pull from each of these decks to receive a message. So I invite you to come into a space where you're open to receive the messages, and let's come into this space to take a couple of breaths. So close your eyes, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Relax your body. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Relax deeper. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Release and let go of any thought processes and come fully into the present moment now. We call in the light of the divine to guide this reading, that I may be a conduit for these messages to come through, and that the souls meant to receive them will be here. And these messages are timeless. So whenever you come to this video, it is divinely aligned. Remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And very gently bring yourself back into the space and open your eyes. Okay, so we will begin. Now I'm being called to start with the Osho Zen Tarot. Now I spent some time at the Osho Meditation Resort years ago, and it is one of the most magical places on earth, a euphoria. It's a bliss place. So now call in the messages from the Osho Zen Tarot. What messages, Spirit, do you have for us today? This does not surprise me. When I picked up the tarot deck to collect it, this was the card that showed up, and this is the card that I pulled. Aloneness. Now you can see in this card that the being is in fact alone, and this vast light that is emanating both in the distance and from this being. So the message in this card is to remind you that you are never truly alone. If you are in a state where you're feeling that sense of loneliness, to remind you that in this time that you are being given of being by yourself, to cultivate your inner light, to do the work on yourself, and to remind you that your guides are always present, your angels are always present, your spirit is always present, and your connection to the divine, to God, Goddess, is always present. It is simply a breath away. It is tuning into the present moment. And the more we can connect in with being alone and being fully comfortable being alone, the more empowered we become, the more we enhance our light, expand our light, and the more we rise into our greatness and our connection to the divine. And when we get into that state, we are being led moment by moment, and we are able to receive. So use this time of aloneness to open yourself. Take the time to do the practices that help you to come into your center, And if you don't have practices and there are some that you've wanted to start, it's time to start them now. It's time to breathe. It's time to meditate. If there's a book you want to read, read that book. If there's a course you want to take that course. Move fully into the space of the development of self in your aloneness. Next, we will pick from the Sacred Places Oracle. And there is a place on the planet that has a message for us now. Spirit, please bring this message forward. Beautiful, beautiful card. The Ganges. And this card says, I forgive and do not fear. I accept where I am at this moment, and thus I can flow and grow from here. It's so beautifully aligned with that last card. So the Ganges is in India. It's the sacred waters. And in this card, we have the hands in this receptive state with the lotus flower. And the lotus flower represents our enlightenment. It is our transformation, our inner growth, our transformation. And you can see at the top of this card here, we have the moon. And it is both full and it's showing the crescent moon. So the phases where we are moving from both the full moon in its light form and then the dark moon when we are in our reflective period. And so this card is showing us that as we connect in to the cycles, the lunar cycles, the earth cycles, we are deeply connecting within our being, so that as within, so without, as above, so below, connecting into Mother Earth, connecting into the cosmos, we are both the microcosm and the macrocosm. We are the cosmos, and we are also the human being, the expression of spirit through human form. And so in this statement with these cards, the hands receive. And so we receive the lotus. This is the inner blossoming of our true nature. And so you can see that as we move into that space of aloneness, it gives us this opportunity to cultivate that blossoming. So we may be at the stage of planting the seed, that seed of intention, and then beginning and stepping into it. And then it starts to flow, it starts to open. And as we continue to harness that state of inner peace in our aloneness and connect in with our guides, we start to open and blossom into our full potential. And so when the card says, I forgive and do not fear, when we forgive, it's an inside job. Yes, we may have had situations where others have hurt us, and there is forgiveness necessary to forgive the other person. And on a deeper level, it's an invitation to look within and to see where we are playing out those same patterns that are being reflected to us, or those same behaviors, or those same emotions that are being reflected to us, to forgive within. So the forgiveness begins with forgiving ourselves. And there is nothing to fear when we do this inner work. The shadow work may seem like a very dark thing because we call it the shadow, but once we integrate the shadow within, we become this emanation of light, and we are able to help others from the experience of our shadow. Our story becomes our message. There's so much power in that. And I want to give a little example of this forgiveness, this self-forgiveness. For years, I attracted relationships that were abusive. And they could have been mental abuse, emotional abuse, there was physical abuse in some relationships. So there were all these levels. There was psychic, spiritual abuse, a lot of different ways it played out in my life with the relationships with men in my life. And when I finally chose to stop the abuse within myself, that is when I stopped attracting those relationships. And so the lesson keeps appearing until we do the inner work to forgive ourselves, to go within. And this is what the lotus flower is all about. It is the transformation, the transmutation, the rebirth. The lotus flower is in the mud. Every evening it goes back down into the darkness, into the muddy waters. And as the sun rises, the lotus flower starts coming through the muddy waters and opening its petals to reach the light. And this is exactly what we are doing in the process of forgiveness. It's the same work. We're going deep within and we're revealing what is required for healing. And this is not done from a mental state. It's not about analyzing. It's about moving the energy within us to be released. So the message here is to do something to move your energy when these things are coming up so that they can shift out of your body, out of being stored in the body, so that you too can blossom into the light, into the fullness of your expression. And so the next statement is, I accept where I am at this moment. So whatever is coming up for you, acceptance is the key. I can flow and grow from here. If you think about it, if we don't accept where we are at, we cannot change. If we don't accept where we're at, we resist. We resist what we feel, we resist what we're experiencing, and that's pushing up against everything that is happening. So by doing this energetically, it's pushing it away. It's not actually looking at it. It's not actually being with it and integrating and processing it. And so acceptance is the key. So the invitation through this card, through the Ganges, is to accept where you are at. And the moment you accept, you relax. You relax into the state of being. You relax into the emotion, whatever it is. And from this state of acceptance, there is an opening for you to shift in your frequency, in what you are feeling. It is the opportunity from acceptance to make a conscious choice. Without acceptance, you are unconsciously creating. Without acceptance, as you push away and in that rejection, you're repeating a pattern. So come back to the self, pause, breathe, find that state of inner peace and acceptance of where you are at. Be gentle with yourself. And from here, anything is possible. These messages are so beautiful right now. Okay, now I'm being called to work with the moon. Now, these are little statement messages. And this is one of my favorite mini decks to choose every day. So I ask Spirit, what is the message for today? Beautiful message. Life is conspiring for me. Now, we can be in a state where we think things are happening to us, and we can blame the outside world for what is occurring in our life. We can blame the inflation, we can blame the chaos, we can blame the government, we can blame our family, we can blame our parents. The list goes on and on and on. And this is giving our power away. This is saying that things are not happening for us, they're happening to us. So this message that life is conspiring for me is the message that everything that is happening is for my soul's growth and evolution. Everything that is happening, every single thing, whether it is challenging, whether it is expansive, whether it is something we feel like we don't want, it is happening for us so that our soul evolves, so that we learn the lessons, so that we step into that next expanded state of consciousness and awareness. So when life is conspiring for me, I am viewing through the lens of awareness. I am conscious, I am present, and I can see the silver lining. I can see why things are happening in my life and how they are supporting my growth and evolution. Now, have you ever had an experience? This is a little bit of an example with this. Have you ever had an experience where you had something happen to you? So an example would be losing a job. Say you could have either gotten fired or let go, or the place closed down. So a big event happens in your life. And then you're like, oh my God, I don't know why this happened. And it's like bringing you into that state of, there's going to be sorrow and grief and all these things that can happen, right? Where you're like, I just had a loss. Now what? And then suddenly the universe opens this big opportunity and you step into an entirely new career. Or you've been wanting to step into a career. You've wanted to be an entrepreneur or start your own business, and this job that you've been holding on to has been what has been blocking you from stepping into that. And then suddenly it happens. It happens not by your own doing, however, it is by your own doing because the universe is responding to your frequency and your desire. But it's not that you left the job. Something happened so that the job was no longer yours. So in that moment, you may not see that it is happening for you to step into that potential, your full potential. And so you can look back on it once you have that job, that new career, and you're like, wow, I see how that supported me now. And this is happening every moment of our lives. Every moment. And the more that you can cultivate awareness, meaning you're operating in present time awareness, you can see almost instantly why things are happening as they unfold. The life conspiring for me is also the inner knowing that the universe is fully supporting me. God, Goddess is fully supporting me. In every moment, I am being divinely guided. And all it takes is that conscious awareness. I'm going to share a personal story about this one because I feel like it's very relevant. I have been working in my home to prepare it for a move. I wanted to move. I, the human me, wanted to move immediately. I was ready. At least I thought I was ready. And then there was a leak in my building and it damaged my hardwood floors. My hardwood floors buckled. And so naturally, I want to repair the hardwood floors before I list my home for sale. Now, because I live in a condo, there are some regulations to move through. Getting 3 quotes was part of that. And then from there, the board approving which quote and all these things. And so this process has taken almost 4 months to come to a completion. Now, through this process, it has taught me divine timing, because every time something was stalled, I actually required more time to prepare, or more time to be here, or more time. I can say one thing is that what I can see for myself is that this has helped me to come to closure, to really be ready to step out of where I'm living right now. And I love this place. I love it. With all my heart, I love it. I love it. I've said many times over and over again, if I could take my condo, exactly how it's laid out, and just lift it up and put it on a property, that would be the ideal home that I live in. I live in an old elementary school, like a grade school, with big windows, 16-foot ceilings, about 10-foot windows, lots of light coming in, hardwood floors, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful space. I absolutely love this place. I know on a soul level I'm ready to move on. And so this 4-month period, at first it started causing stress. I was in a stress state, and I was like in a reactive state when things weren't happening fast enough. And as they continued to happen in the same way, where one person would not be able to come to give me a quote, and then when they did, they said they'd have the quote in a day or two, and then all of a sudden it took a week, and then the next person wasn't available to come for, like, it just was one thing after the other. And after a couple of situations like this, I finally just let go. I was like, okay, God, I'm handing it over. Like, there's a bigger message and a bigger reason for this happening in my life right now. So I'm going to just let go, enjoy the process, and be in it. Because this is happening for me. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And so it has actually been the most expansive and beautiful experience that I've had to teach me about trust, faith, surrender, and divine timing. There is divine order and divine timing to everything. And the part of the story that I actually wanted to get to was just this week. So we're almost at this 4-month period of waiting time for it to come to a completion. And my bathroom is also being changed. So the flooring's being pulled out. We had Monday, so today is Thursday. Monday, I had the plumbers in here. They pulled out everything. I have a beautiful clawfoot tub. They took off the door, the toilet, the sink. It's actually all right here, right next to me in my living room, on the floor, covered up. All of this was pulled out on Monday. Thursday, today, was the day that the floors were supposed to start. And just yesterday morning, I received a message from the floor company, and they said to me, we're not able to start until Monday. And I was like, okay. Like, I mean, you know, you've heard that saying that everything's a big cosmic joke. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's a joke, but it really, like, it does make me laugh, because I'm like, okay. And you know, the thing about this is that my schedule is so full from last week leading into this week, with appointments and travel and everything that was going on, that I was starting to feel a little bit of burnout and a little bit of stress around the fact that basically last night was going to be the time that I had to go into my second bedroom and pull out everything out of that bedroom and find a place for it while the floors were being done. And so I, on a level, was asking for more time, and I was delivered more time. So if I was controlling or contracted around things having to be done now or on my time and not on the God's time or the divine time, I would have been in a stress state all day yesterday. I got that message and I was like, of course this is happening. Like, you know, and then it was like, thank you for giving me the space so that I can actually take my time in there and start to purge more and move through it. So This is the message. Life is conspiring for me to start to see through the lens of awareness. And to see through the lens of awareness requires present moment state of being. You cannot be in a state of awareness if you are replaying reactions from the past and stuck in a pattern, or projecting your anxiety into the future based on what you've experienced in the past. So to come to that center, to that state of stillness, off the horizontal timeline of past and future, and come to that vertical timeline of present moment awareness. When I'm on that vertical timeline, I'm rooted and connected into Mother Earth, and I'm linked up to God, Goddess, to the cosmos, to the universal blueprint, to the quantum field to create in this moment. And in that state of awareness, I see things as they truly are. I respond. I am not reactive. So this is the invitation. And again, it always, for me, it comes down to, what am I doing on a daily basis? What energetic etiquette do I have? What am I doing to bring my mind into a state of coherence with my heart? Meditation, breath work, mindfulness practices. This will bring me there. And it takes a daily commitment to that to bring that state of being into the world. It's that statement of, what I do on my mat, I bring into the world. My yoga practice, my meditation practice is not for me to master meditation. It is for me to become more masterful in my life, so that my entire life becomes a meditation, because I know how to be present. It's that simple. So that is the invitation. Okay, the next cards that we will move with, these ones are peeking out. The Divine Feminine Oracle. Spirit, what message is here for us today? Wow. Okay. This message is from Mira, the Saint of True Freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. Now, if you look at this image, you can see clearly that the heart center is open. It is both sending out light, and in that state of openness, we are in our feminine. We are receptive. Now, around her head, you see the light of the halo. And the halo in Kundalini is the arc line. The arc line is our projection. Our arc line stores our Akashic records. It stores every piece of information, every experience, every imprint of feeling, emotion, thought, pattern, subconscious beliefs. Everything is stored in the arc line. And so when the arc line is clear, it is the nucleus of the aura, and we emit our frequency through, it's our broadcasting system, through the arc line. And the more clear our arc line is, the more we reside in that stillness within the mind. Finding the stillness within the fluctuations of the thoughts, which again bring us back to that present moment state. And you can see the markings on her third eye as well. So it's all connected. The neutral mind, the third eye, is deeply connected to the heart center. It's the brain and heart coherence working in unity. And when they work in unity, all of our cells operate at their optimal functioning. And so it brings us into this relaxed, receptive, feminine state. She is the saint of true freedom. And freedom comes from within. Freedom comes with being in the state of love. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. And this also brings us into that awareness that our frequency is our currency. What we are vibrating, we send out through the arc line, into the quantum field, into the universe, and this through the arc line goes through and penetrates through our aura into the field, and then we receive it back into our aura. The experiences, the people, the finances, the opportunities, the abundance, the relationships, we attract it all through that. So when we can open the portal of our heart and relax into that state of being of love, we are co-creating with the divine. And in that state, we are free. We feel free. And all these cards that have come up today are linked. They truly are. And it didn't even occur to me until this very moment. So today I follow on Instagram Osho, I think it's Osho International. And they talked about today, they had 5 slides of different women who have attained enlightenment. And Mira was the first one on the reel today. Absolutely beautiful. I love the alignment. I love the synchronicity. And the first card I chose was Osho Zen Tarot. It's interesting. I haven't picked from that deck from a very, very long time. So it's quite incredible. All right. Now we've got the Mary Magdalene Oracle. Spirit, what message is here for us today? Beautiful message. Simple gifts. And under that it says appreciation. So this is within this message, seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary. When we can be grateful for everything that happens in our life, for the little things. Someone opening a door for us, smiling and connecting with another human being. All the little things that we can be grateful for will also open our heart. And in that appreciation, we are fulfilled. So this is the reminder to be mindful and aware of those simple gifts that are showing up all around us, the synchronicities, the signs, feeling the gratitude every time we become witness to those simple gifts coming through. And this is going to help us to expand and rise into the highest expression of our being and be that emanation of light in the world. Gratitude. All of these cards link together. Gratitude, love. Life is conspiring for me. the lotus flower, enlightenment. It's amazing. It truly is. Now we're going to end with the Work Your Light Oracle. Spirit, what message is here for us today? Here it is. I love it. I am so excited right now. Seriously, this is just, okay. I'm just going to let you look at the card first because, see the being rising in light. You see the connection to source, the connection to the earth deep within the core through the light vehicle, through the light body. And this card says, Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. You are the oracle. So know that when you allow yourself to be present, you open yourself to everything. All the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the answers that are required for your soul's growth and evolution are right here, right now, in this moment. You are the oracle. You are the pillar of light. You will receive the messages. All these messages come together. Aloneness, cultivating the present moment, allowing ourselves to be relaxed in the moment, to be open to the divine guidance, opening our heart center. In the love, there is the true freedom. And through this love, we become the full emanation of light. And in that, we receive everything we need in divine order, divine alignment, divine timing. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So take a moment, rub your palms together. Inhale. Exhale. Close your eyes. Slowly separate your palms little by little. Feel the subtle energy between your palms. This is your aura. This is your broadcasting system, your energetic frequency. Become aware of your energy, the field around you which attracts your reality between your palms now. Bring your palms together. Hands are in prayer, thumbs into your heart center. We'll close this reading with the chant Sat Nam. Sat means truth, Nam means identity. May I walk in the light of truth, on the path of initiation of my soul. Inhale, exhale, and inhale to chant. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Feel your presence. Feel your heartbeat under your hands. Feel your breath. Release your palms into your lap. Softly and gently come back into the space and open your eyes. Well, that was a beautiful journey. I'm honestly so grateful I listened to the call. because this was the first time I have done a collective reading where I chose cards on the spot and read them. So thank you for this opportunity to share this with you, because it feels very expansive for me, because it's beyond my comfort zone, and I just went with it. I said, okay, Spirit, I hear it, and I'll say yes, and I'll see how it goes. So thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for your presence, your beauty, your love, your support. Keep shining your light. Keep being you. Keep coming back to your center, back to your heart, and into your presence. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and I will be back very soon with more. Sending you lots of love and blessings. I'll see you soon.